it is a one-tap, one-click poll by going to www.heyjb.live. This is brand new, never been done before. We really hope that it works for you wherever you are watching from today. So I asked this question to you. We talked about this pre-stream, and I said, Walt, I want you to be ready after reading through this, and I want you to tell me what we have learned over the last couple of weeks. What is the most significant revelation in these documents to you?
I would say it's, I don't know if you put these in any particular order, but
I didn't.
To me, they're kind of in order, in my view.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, look, Gabby's gone is by, I think, number one, and 1A is Roberta's possible arrest. And I'll tell you, Gabby's gone is interesting to me because, and I thought of this as I read through your stories. If you had a friend who is involved in something like this, although there's nothing like this, and if you had a child involved in something like this, wouldn't your next question be, what do you mean Gabby's gone? Right. What do you mean by that? And so that's would be a reason why I was talking about depositions. Well, did Mr. Riley ask that? He sort of did.
No, he did. Yeah.
He did, but I think, what would a jury, how's a jury going to respond to that response? And then Roberta's possible arrest is unique to me because we don't get a lot of inside baseball sort of looks at how the FBI operates. And obviously this is a statement by Mr. Bertolino, but for Mr. Bertolino to under oath say the FBI basically was, it was a threat, right?
That's basically how it read to me
right.
on paper.
I wouldn't do that.
I wouldn't do that.
I wouldn't do that.
You don't, right.
It's like right out of a movie. We don't think the FBI operates that way, but we suspect they do.
Let's come back. Let's come back to the possible arrest for Roberta Laundrie in just a moment, because there's a lot to unpack there. I want to read to your point. Gabby's gone, and what does that mean?
Right.
I'm going to read everybody a part of the deposition, going now to page 56 of Roberta Laundrie's deposition, being questioned under oath by Petito attorney Pat Riley, and he says on line 25, page 56, okay, so if Gabby's gone, please call a lawyer. Doesn't say to you that she's dead? Response from Roberta. I didn't know what to think. I don't remember if that crossed my mind or if I was just so nervous. I just thought that he was in some kind of trouble. I didn't know. Riley asked a question. What other possible explanation could there be for she's gone? Please call a lawyer. Response from Roberta. A lot of things ran through my head. Possibly they got in a fight and, maybe she's going to press charges against him or something? ? I didn't know. Question later on, 2 lines down from Pat. Did you ask? Answer. Well, I didn't call Brian after that. I don't know if we talked again that day. This goes on and on and on. But in essence, Chris and Roberta Laundrie are sticking to the story that they did not know what Gabby's gone meant. Bertolino, their attorney, the Laundrie's attorney, made it very clear that he brought forth the possibility that it could be that Gabby is gone, as in deceased. The Laundries say they didn't know what Gabby's gone.
He said it was something it thought after the conversation of how frantic he was, and it was something I thought we had to consider. That's Chris saying that. But interesting. Hindsight's great. Like, we know what Gabby's gone means now. So, and I don't want to be the apologist for the Laundries here, but if it's your child, and you know this now because you have a child, are you going to go? Now they know more about Brian than any of us,
Absolutely.
more than likely.
Yep.
Do they know things we don't know yet about that relationship? Do they know about Brian's personality violence or otherwise, that we don't know about?
In the depositions earlier on, they talk about whether or not there was any red flags in essence.
Right.
That's my word, by the way. I'm summarizing by saying red flags.
Do you go right away to, oh, she's dead? The rest of us can think that now because she is dead, and we know that. But her explanation makes some sense, because gone could be the relationship's over. Now, obviously, as we go forward, and it seems like Brian, there's more phone calls, and Brian is more frantic. Are you more suspicious? But can you honestly think to yourself that you're going to go there, that your child could have committed the crime of murder?
Page 76 in Roberta Laundrie's deposition, she talks about Gabby being known to disappear. Question: so what periods of time would she disappear for? Answer: sometimes she'd go out at night, and we didn't know where she was until 4 a.m, but she's not our daughter. I'm not going to tell, it's kind of small here, I'm not going to tell her she can't go out at night. And sometimes she would. For instance, we were going to have a holiday, and she knew I shopped and cooked and the recipe she liked and planned a recipe, and then she just wasn't there. And I thought, oh, she's not going to be here for Easter. And it turned out she had gone back to New York. So the Laundrie's pointing to Gabby's, tendency to disappear, and that the Gabby's gone quote or Gabby is gone quote doesn't necessarily mean. But again, now fast forward to Bertolino. Bertolino wasn't great quote, by the way. Shout out to Emily D. Baker, our friend here from the Stream Center. I watched her live stream, and Emily said, it's not like the Laundries called the National Guard to find Gabby. Bertolino called criminal attorneys in Wyoming. Bertolino says that he advised his clients, brought forth the possibility that Gabby was deceased, even though the Laundries are saying, we didn't know what Gabby's gone meant. So this is really, if this goes to trial in May, massive conversation will be had. There will be tremendous amounts of testimony on the stand.
Oh, absolutely.
About Gabby's gone.
And
what
I
that
think,
means.
look, it also, here's the other thing we don't know. We don't know the relationship. Look, if my son, who, the oldest, if any of my children, at some point get into a point where their significant other, they say they're gone, I'm going to say, what do you mean by they're gone? And I'm going to hammer that home. What do you mean by they're gone? Like, how does it does boggle my mind a little bit that question wasn't asked, but we don't know the parent-child relationships are different, but me and my brothers, I would say, I think I know how we would respond to that. What do you mean by gone?
Right.
Because gone's different. He didn't say she ran away. She's gone. Okay. He's sad. She's gone. He reflected on that in his suicide note, that he was sad. Believe it or not, whatever you want to believe. But I just think there had to be, either they didn't have the type of relationship where you don't follow up to that. She's gone. But again, we are operating with hindsight, and they didn't have hindsight. But still, yeah, you're right. That point is going to, if this goes to trial, is going to take up a lot of time in trial, to the point of there will be objections, I'm sure, by about haven't we covered
privilege.
This, or haven't we covered? No, more like, Your Honor, we've covered. I object.
Right.
Asked and answered, whatever that would be. But
sure.
But yeah, that's I don't see how anybody, if that's not by far number one on your poll, I'll be surprised.
All right. Well, let's see. We're trying to get to 300 votes on our poll. Okay. That's the number that we're trying to get to. So again, you can vote. There's no tie-in to this other than you just go to the website, heyjb.live, or follow the YouTube moderators or Facebook moderators. We don't have Facebook moderators. YouTube moderators, follow their guidance, okay? And you can vote.
One more quick point, though, about the last comment by who pointed out he wanted to hire a criminal attorney.
Yeah.
what other attorney are you hiring there, though?
Well,
There's no lawsuit. There's no civil case. Of course, it's a criminal attorney.
Right.
I'm not going to say it's redundant to say that, but it is kind of. There's no lawsuit. We don't know at that point. We don't know that Gabby is dead. We know it now, but it's the 29th or so of August. We think she died or was murdered on the 27th or 28th. What other? I'm going to hire a civil attorney. No, you're not. It's a criminal attorney. I get that, but it's obviously. I mean, on the 29th, do we know on the 29th about the confrontation in Moab, correct?
yes.
We know about that they hit each other, correct?
Well, right.
Or do we?
There was a domestic incident. Let's
That's
just without going too far into that whole thing.
That's criminal. Now, it's because she took my. It was her van, right?
It was her. It was in her name.
So, I mean, I'm trying to think of how it could ever be civil at that point. Like, why would you need a civil attorney? Oh, she took my stuff. I need my stuff back, and it's not over a certain dollar amount. Well, that's civil, right? So obviously, it's going to be a criminal attorney. Not that that's not a good point.
Let me put it this way. We're gonna go into pretend time.
Whoa,
That's my sound effect for pretend time. We're gonna pretend, okay? Because journalism, you don't really do a lot of hypotheticals all that much.
We don't do it. We don't do it on TV.
Slope.
We don't do it on TV, but we do
slope.
it. We do it behind the scenes, and then we try to see if we can, any hypothetical can be supported. But it's difficult.
I liked your reaction. Someone will have to make a GIF out of that. Like your reaction in your earpiece to the chimes for pretend time.
I thought I was about to see the result of the poll. Is what I thought.
Oh no, not yet. We'll get to that. We're trying to get more votes.
Yeah.
Again, heyjb.live. We want to get. There's more polls, so we want to get more poll questions on screen, and we have to get more votes to be able to do that. Again, go to www.heyjb.live. I don't want to have to repeat myself as much as I will have to, but we're trying to get to a certain number of votes in this poll. Here's the pretend time. Brian calls his parents and says, Gabby's gone. They respond, okay, what do you mean? And let's say that Brian just says something to the effect of, she's gone. I don't know where she is, or something like that.
There you go.
Instead of calling your attorney, wouldn't there be like this automatic response for a parent to say, oh my goodness,
Call the police.
someone's missing, or call the police?
That's a great point.
Or call her parents.
Call her parents right away.
Like,
hey, Gabby's gone. Hey, Gabby's gone.
Your future daughter-in-law is gone.
That's right. And this is where, by the way, this is the crux of the lawsuit, isn't it?
Right. Absolutely.
You know that he said she's gone. And you didn't tell me. I'd be extreme, beyond angry, as the parent of the missing person.
We have a poll question about Gabby's gone specifically coming up later on in the live stream, but